we'll continue on from where we left off there. So we have a basic window with a place for some output and a button to run some code for us. So we want to get some code first of all. So without going into any kind of detail really at this stage about events, we just double click on that run code button. You can see what it does is it takes us into what's known as the code behind, but it's basically the code that supports this particular form. Some later stage as well, we'll come back and we'll talk about the class. But for now, you can see that it has created this little method for us called, well, it's based on the button's name, which is button run, and it's a click event. So basically what will happen whenever you click on the button. So let's say we just wanted to put some text into our output window. Well, our output window, it's a rich text box. So I would just say RTB, and you can see various options coming up here. Once you see the one you're looking for, you can press the tab key. We want to change the text property of that rich of the rich text box. So it's dot text, and if I set that equal to hello and finish line with a semicolon, I can then run that and just see the output from me pressing on the run code button. So you can see it's displayed the word hello inside our output window. Okay, so simple, straightforward. What I want to do here now, really in this lesson though, is use that output window to explain some variables in C#. And the variables that I'm going to use, I'm going to keep them private to this particular method here. So I'll declare them inside here, and then we'll print them out. So the first one I'm going to do is a string. Okay, so use the keyword string. I'm going to create a string called, let's see, sentence. And I'll give it a default value of nothing. In other words, just the empty string. If I want to give it a value, I can now say sentence equals, and let's say Mary had a little lamb, and finish that line with the semicolon. So this time now, instead of saying r underscore output.text equals hello, I'm going to set it equal to sentence. So we run that, and this time if we click on run code, you can see Mary had a little lamb appears in our output window, or output box. I could have initialized the sentence at the same time. I could have put Mary had a little lamb inside the quotes up here. I just decided to do it a wee bit different. So that's a string. A couple other types, and I'm only going to look at 4 for now. An integer. So an integer, you can see there's some options there. There's int 16, int 32, int 64. They're for various different sizes of integer. I'm just going to keep it simple and go with int. So basically that gives me a whole number, whether positive or negative, but it's basically just a whole number, and I'll call it number. And again, I could set it equal to 0 or set it equal to some other value. I'll set it equal to 999. If I set it equal to 0 and I wanted to put 999 in, I could have done it in the next line. So what I want to do here is, instead of printing out sentence now, I want to print out number. And what you'll see here is, well, a couple of different things here. There's a red like squiggly line under number, or there's a green one under sentence. Right? The green ones are warnings, and the red ones are errors. So we're getting a warning here because we've created a sentence and then we assigned something to it, but we haven't actually used it anywhere. But that's fine. This one, on the other hand, is an error, and it's what it's telling us is that number is an integer, so it's a value type, and the rich text box is basically a text type. So it's basically text strings. If I want to put a number to it, I would need to explicitly tell it to copy it, to change it to a string, and print out the string version of it. So if I run that now, click on run code, you can see I got the value 999. So I'm going to introduce now another data type here, which we'll call type double. And a double is basically a real number. So again, keep it simple. For now, it's a number that has a decimal part as well. You can have something called a single, which is a smaller double. But again, if we have something with a decimal value in it, we'll just use the double type for now. And for whole numbers, we'll use int. So double, if I say double, let's call it my num. And this time I'll give it the value, let's see, 45.67, finishing with a semicolon. This time I'll print out my num instead of number. And again, because it's a numeric type, it's not a text type, so I need to convert it to a string. So if I click on my run code, you can see that it didn't get that okay. And the final one I want to do for now is a Boolean type. The keyword in C# here is bool. And a Boolean type has only got one of two values. It's either true or false. So if I create a Boolean called, let's say I'll call it is okay, and give the value false. And here I'll just print out, I'll just take off everything else for now, it is okay. String. And I forgot my brackets. So again, I'll run that, click on run code, and you can see it's got the value false. So if I said there like is okay equals true, it would print out the value true. So there's just four straightforward intrinsic type data types that we'll use, and we'll use quite often from now on. So I'll leave that this video just at that, and we'll pick up from there in the next one.